Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves back on in to this post-apocalyptic, fantastic, deep and crazy amounts of stuff going on game. That's all I have to say for it. Here we are, just having a little browse over the settlement. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Welcome yourselves on in. Previously, we got a few production chains set up. Here we are. So we're on 112 days now. I'm just going to pause it so we can focus up. We've got 108 on the population. We got a cemetery. We did start on the farms as well. So we did, if we look, place a few. So we've got our very first one over here, which honestly, we're not onto vegetables yet. So I'm going to hit, oh, it does use clay. I'm going to hit herbs and we're going to put one in there. So that's going to produce us 14 per day. So that means we should be able to free up gatherers from the gathering camp, because that's 4 per day. So we'd be better off sticking them in that one rather than wasting them as a resource, right? That makes sense. So we can do that. We'll let this kind of play. I'm going to go to the other gathering camps and I'm going to get rid of that. And we're going to go straight into the farm. And we're going to go for maybe 31 per day should be good. And then in terms of where we're at, we were going out scouting. So we've got the world map. We're checking out the highlands and the valley at the moment. And we're just kind of working towards mine survey. So we just need a bit more paper. And then we've done pretty much everything in cycle 3 here, which should be really good. We've got our houses up. We've got all of this kind of going. So at the moment, we've got plenty of population. All we need is security, which we can't unlock yet. Now, we did go ahead and get our clothing. As you can see, both our craftsmen and our workers are all pretty damn happy. We're distributing as much as we can. We're over-distributing water. Not going to do food yet. I'm still building up the food as much as possible. It's really important that you keep doing that. But we've got the fisheries up. We've got tanning going. We've got clothing. So we're pretty good on a lot of that front. So just keeping a close eye on all the resources before I start the next production chains, really. And a lot of it is going to be down to me kind of grabbing out as much clay as we can. This one was actually meant to be stone. Thank you. So we'll get stone in there. Maybe 2 in that stone one. So we are going to need those. And then we're just kind of calculating a bit of bricks here. We've got no upkeep really for them yet anyway, so it's fine. So let's just take a look through. We've got everything there. We've got everything here. So we're just going to unlock the basic mine. I think what I'm going to do is just bump up the paper. So we're going to get maybe the last 2 in there. So we'll just work up our paper amount to get this last research done as well. And in terms of us finishing the cycle, all we need to do is get in the next card. I'm holding off on purpose because it could get really overwhelming. So I'm trying to do one thing at a time, and that's finish the research. Got a message from the scout team. So in the valley, they have found logs, meat, and water. Cool. We're going to go out to the world map then, and we are going to go start to explore the areas around. So I'll let this kind of play. I'm actually tempted to go wait, but we will set up outposts pretty quickly because they come in really handy later on. And then the ones at the highlands are here. So that's the iron ore, lovely, meat, water, all that sort of stuff. So we'll go back out to the world map and we'll just start uncovering these guys. There is the mountain range over there. So you can imagine that's probably going to be coal and that type of thing as well. Now let's come into research. We are just shy. So one more tick. And we've got our paper. There it is. So we're going to start that straight away. And then we are going to go ahead. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm going to get the KOR down afterwards. So what we're going to do is set up, actually, the start of our mine and steam generator. Look at that. That is the steam generator, which uses coal, by the way. We'll need to get coal up and running with the mines before we do any of that. Now, let's start digging potential water source. So I'm just going to come back out to the world map so we can start with this straight away. Now, it's worth noting that he has obviously already uncovered, so we want to make sure we keep going. Now, in the province, your go-to structure, we can't do any of these until we've kind of unlocked the tech for it at the moment. We can build a watchtower to bring in immigration. Now, you can get basic, so you can send 2 workers out here to bring in immigration. However, they'll only work, I believe, at 20% productivity until you get the tinned rations, which we're nowhere near yet. So I'm going to hold fire on the watchtower, just going to keep exploring because we're actually quite good on the water. Now what we do need to consider is the amount of water we're using, so I am going to start sticking in a few more. We're quite lucky on the map with the sheer amount that we have, so I'm going to get another 1 or 2 over here. We're going to pump both of these and we'll get these kind of roaded in as well. And then from here, we're going to continue this one in. Probably just like that's fine. Always want to be keeping those numbers pretty damn high. And we'll just keep an eye here. We're still only halfway on that. I'm going to turn up water to 25,000. And just keep a close eye. Simple meals. Let's go to 12. Just keeping a close eye on the numbers here. Honey is like a big use thing. So make sure we have a lot to keep it going. Do you see a slight downtick now on the logs? That is pretty straightforward. We have a few field camps where we're not quite utilizing the logs like here. So when we get some workers, we can flip into that one. Now, I could probably take one out of iron and put them in logs. There's only 2 per day though, so we'll soon run out of them. Gotta be really careful. And in terms of paper, I'll probably knock that back down. Let's swap that in for another log worker. And look at that. 8. Just like that. We're in good standing. So let's turn up the logs then. And then I'll save 5 workers for a few others. So we want our second care yard, but we also want to get that mine, like I said. So mine's going to be first. Now I'm also going to go ahead and get a few more shacks in. So 3 more this side. And scouts also arrived once again. Iron. Okay, we'll take that. That's not bad. So what we'll do is continue to the next one. I'm just going to do a bit of a loop. Actually, it makes sense to go like this and then up there, right? So let's go with you. You're going to go... Okay, you've done your one as well. Let's start digging. Another water source. So this one is a really good water area. Probably going to go down south with this second scout squad. You can, I think, get another scout guild out if you want, or even more. But I find one is pretty much enough. And there we have it. There's the steam generator and the basic mine. Oh my god. The lightning mine has killed that. I'm going to clear the debris. I don't want that there anyway. We've got 4 here. I think that's enough. What we can do is just up the people in this one. It does give us a downpour of morale though, unfortunately. So we're going to have a look. Now it'll give us a bit of a zone where mining is going to be possible. It looks like this whole ridge here. Now, this map is pretty scarce on the old mining. It's not too bad, but this actually works out pretty damn well because, well, we want to be able to grab the resources as much as we can, right? So I want to fit these guys in. So I'm going to put it in there. Now, what you will need to do is analyze the deposits as well. So I'm going to go ahead and analyze a couple. Well, let's start with 3 just to kind of see what we're going to get out of them. It does cost quite a bit, so I'll just show you. So if I click on it, it costs 50 stone, 25 lumber, 15 brick just to analyze one. And there are some big deposits as well. We're going to need multiple, so we're going to want coal and iron from these. So I'm also going to get in... Wow, I'm going to wait until they're analyzed and then we know how to place them, right? So I'm actually going to spend and just analyze the deposits pretty quickly. Just keep a close eye on resources once again as well. Group of... Drops 18 workers? Yes, please. And then mining 101. Let's get the pickaxes ready, baby. This now is going to be where things kind of bump up massively. Now, we are in the summer, so we'll need to make sure we're okay on these. I think, cooking-wise, though, we're still going strong with these 3. I got more in than I need. So, the vegetable ones, let's get another one in. We'll start stockpiling that a bit further. Actually, even more. Let's go to 4. We're going to need them now. And the other one, I know we can't do any research yet, so I'm just going to hold fire. I think was the steam generator. So we're after coal. And then this will be a major upgrade to power. And honestly, I think I'm going to put it over here. So I think that'll be fine. That's going to cost us some fair bit of building. Be careful of buildings getting destroyed as well. I need to keep an eye. Oh, coal, copper, coal. So what have we got then? Coal here. So 605,000, 779,000 and copper. What else? Copper, iron. Perfect. We've got everything we need then. So we could have a major copper setup. Let's also analyze these 2. So we kind of know where we're at. This is much better than it used to be. So you only had some dedicated spots that you could do before. I think I'll probably want to analyze that as well. Let's just spend the bricks. It's worth also noting we're going to need to turn up these guys. So let's get some more bricks going. Actually going to add in 6 to the clay whilst we have plenty of people. And then so one mine can only do 1 deposit at a time, right? So just keep that in mind. So you're going to want a couple of mines, basically, is what I'm getting at. So we're going to go for a second one here. I'm actually going to leave a gap. So this one here is going to be copper. And we're going to go ahead and get just a basic Dusty in here. And we're going to connect it in. And as soon as this one's done, I think we're going to go for coal to start. Because it's quite an important resource. We're going to get one of the workers class in. Look at that, just with those two in. It's crazy, man, how much you get out of these guys. So we're going to want to start to upgrade now into these. We're going to want a pretty hefty surplus of coal. So I'm going to say 10k. Because we're going to need that to keep us going over here. And actually, we might need... Oh, we don't. So once the coal's in, we'll have one worker just generating electricity over here. And we'll up that as we need it. Objective complete. Build the basic mine. So we can build our next thingy. But I'm going to... Before that, I'm going to train... How much paper have we got? We've got 600. So I'm going to try and train 3 craftsmen here before we move on. And then I'm going to get in another KO yard. I'm going to get this one next to the other. Wondering if I can get it there or not. Actually, this works better. Let's go right in here. So 2 KO yards. And we'll get the second one doing vegetables, to be fair. And then we'll go into cycle 4. Now, we've got the coal in. So we're producing and using. So 25 per day. 1,360 power with just one person in here. Holy crap, man. I'm going to put 2 in. And then with this one, I think it's going to be copper, so we're going to want a couple more forges as well. So let's go with copper this side. Don't think I'm going to get any more pits this way, so we'll get 2 more in for copper there. This one, like I said, don't even think actually we can do copper ore yet. We can mine it, but we can't process it until we get insulated furnaces. So I'll tell you what, let's get iron. Now, until we get a specialist, a craftsman in, they'll be slow. So when we get the next one in, the workforce will be pretty crazy, and that's when it jumps the number, as you can see here. So what I'm going to be doing is getting in a 3rd mine. And honestly, where do we want to go? So that one is going to be copper eventually. This one can be iron. I'm going to keep that little gap all the way in. You know what? I'm going to just start mining the copper then. And then this one, yeah, it's going to be the iron. Right, KO yard. Merchant has arrived also. Should we see if there's anything we can bin off to him? Give him a bit of meat. I don't think there's anything we need though, so I'm going to say not right now. They come in pretty handy later. As you can see, it's jumped up massively now. We've got to be careful because you don't want to forget to scout, essentially. She's about to go there, so I'm just going to hold on. And training done. So we managed to get 2 more out of it. That's not bad. We'll take it. And then what about you? Look at this. We can now build these. So requires development expansion, so we just got to finish that before we can do it. So I'm just going to hold on. Show report. And there's the new cycle as well. So, what? Yeah, that's definitely bugged. Ignore that. We're fine. We can now unlock all of this. I'll show you from here. So, cycle 4 now. Sorry, cycle 5. Are we? Yeah. Cycle 4 we're in. Cycle 5 is the next one. It's residence, smelters, storehouses. Worth noting, you go all the way down, by the way. This one has insane stuff. So we have farms, residents, inland fish farms, grain, linen. Oh, it's just crazy, man. Cobbled roads too. Maintenance building, all that sort of stuff. So let's have a look at the scout report. Possible hunting grounds. Now, we want to be researching as quick as we can. So it's mainly going to be paper. That's sand and glass, which we'll need for the upgrades of these guys. But I really want the copper ingots just to start getting them. So we just need 198 brick. Now, bricks honestly aren't going to be too much of a problem. Just having a look at what our consumption and production of stuff is here. Now, we're bringing in a lot of iron, so I'm just going to pop 1 worker in there for now. And then you also, just so we don't lose the bonus there. And then tools, I actually think we could probably get away with another one in there. And this mine is now going to be the... Not actually that many iron nodes here, which is a bit rubbish. Then we got copper in you. So we're going to get 1 of you in there for 25 a day. We're going to get 1 of you and 3 of you for iron, I think. And then what we can do... I'll actually mine out the nodes until they're kind of gone. We're going to have to get rid of these soon. So inside of these guys, we're going to want to see if our iron nodes... 2,700. So I think I might... It's not worth the hassle, really. I might dip that out now. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. And we'll put them in the mine instead. I'll probably leave this one going. We do want to clear that one out because we're going to end up mining all the way across this, probably. There we go. Look at them. Just want to show you these bad boys, man. Big deal, these are. Ugly industrial. I love it. So, this guy's completely done. Let's continue down. Let's actually go this way. I'm pretty sure there's fishing along the shoreline. And we'll soon have the bricks. I think we can go ahead and hit the research now of this one. So, we'll do this whilst we wait. And then we'll do divided layers. And then, as you can see, there is just insane amounts, man. And before you know it, we'll be able to get a couple of these flipped onto copper ore as well. And in the meantime, we're going to want to get wire going soon. So that is going to be an unlock. We need that for the upgrades. I'm not sure where wire is, actually. There it is. It's under stable roots, so we'll wait. We'll get this first. So we're going to need a sand pit, the glass makers, all that sort of stuff. I'm just double checking. So it's the kilns that make glass. Now, you will be affected by some things. When you pre-build, it is a problem, by the way, guys. I'll get in one for the glass because you get a debuff. I think it's 20% production for 10 days or something. And let's go and get the vegetables started as well. So, we're going to go veggies. Let's get 2 in there. Let's start ticking that up. Now, vegetables in case of the food is used down here. So, you get 9 every 3 hours for 5 vegetables. So, it's basically when your mushrooms start running out in the wild, you can flip to that. Well, I've just paused up. Would you look at this? We have a storm for 2 days. So plus 25% efficiency for windmills. Doesn't matter because we've got steam power now. But minus 20 workforce for hunters and gatherers. That's fine. We've got a big surplus. And minus 200 workforce for offshore fishermen. So my fish keep disappearing from this list. Let's put them back in. The fish are going to dip. So I can flip one of the other foods to it. So research is almost done. Things are pumping really well. Coal. You can make coal in the kiln now. That never used to be a thing. Now, I am just going to put one. I'm just going to flip it. Actually, this one. I'm just going to turn it off. Don't need to worry about that. But yeah, you can do coal from wood now. I didn't even know that was a thing either. Let's just double check we can house everyone now. I'm pretty sure we can. We've got like 40 spaces spare. 46, I think it is. Yep. Okay, barren land, not ideal. I'm not sure if these are randomized anymore, guys. I think they are set in stone for which ones are which. So he's still going, isn't he? Cool. And research has been developed. So we're going to go into divided layers. We just need 200 paper. Actually, I want to keep a close eye on the firewood as well. I think we're all right. Where's that on my list? All right. No one to get into the paper. I think we're okay on lumber. So let's turn maybe you down. Let's get one more in the paper. Just get these last ones in. A vital suggestion, combining the wasteland. Chief, we need more people to sustain what we've built. Our scouts stumble upon small settlements. We have proposed to systemize our growth. I'm listening. We need to spread our message of hope. Okay, so you can use the initiative as a period action. I don't like doing these. To be fair, I think we can get away with it now. So we have a new regulation in where we can spread hope. So you come into your main building, you click this actions button here, and you can spread the word. So it will cost a little bit. So -5 work to all classes, but 20 attraction. When the envoys return, a varying number of new people may join. I'm actually going to do it. Let's give it a go. That -5 on workforce shouldn't be a problem. We're about to get rid of that storm, so everything should get back to normal. And worth noting, we have plenty stockpiled for the winter. And now that we're ready, I'm going to flip now to the old copper in both of these. So you're not going to get as many. We need the upgraded version. So the next tier of these are much better. However, you will need these guys in to make them actually work. So don't upgrade them straight away, guys. Be careful. And then what I'm going to do is also get in 2 more smiths. There's a mine spot there that we can't do anything with. That's kind of annoying. I'm just going to bring this round then. Let's go like that. And what we'll do is get another one in. You see that little marker on the ground? So I'll just show you. Basically means you can't build there. So I'm just going to put these 2 side by side here. And they're both going to be for wire. And we're just going to go in. We're going to get divided layers. Almost there, man. Give me that paper. Just notice there's a mineral vein here. I'm going to analyze that one as well whilst it's still in the zone. I think it's only reachable by this one. So we can hope for this being coal. No, copper. That would be perfect. Because it can't reach the other one, so we'd have to build another mine. And there we go. Let's start. Oh, we need stable routes first. That's weird. So, there's a bit of a... No, that kind of makes sense. Let's go stable routes then. It just means we can get the maintenance depot and the other buildings. Let's see what the scouts are doing. All right, more water sources. So I'm just going to come out because I'm pretty sure we still can't build in these sections other than the watchtower. So it requires developments region improvement. Let me check that out. There's the winter. Mushroom gathering halted. So we could free up some workers if we want. What I'll do is flip back to the fish on one of the kitchens. So let's go for fish. I think we got meat in both of these as well, so that's fine. And scouts at the shoreline. So the shoreline one is going to be a good food one, I think. We'll go for this one first. What are you up to? Let's get you going over there. Rising upkeep demands as well. So we've come a long way as a community. Our needs for different infrastructure for diversified needs and production chains is increasing rapidly. Okay, maintenance depot. We will do that because it's now researched. Now we're just saving the paper for this one. We're almost there actually. So I'm just going to play nice and slow. These two are going to be wire, which is copper. I have people to put in there now. So we're just going to get both of these doing the wire. Now, maintenance depot, I imagine, is going to be under one of these. Let's try there. So this uses resources to then repair buildings. It doesn't need to be next to stuff again. So once again, I will put it over here with our other like functional buildings. And then we'll move into the next phase of everything. And honestly, I think, when can we get the upgraded stuff? I think it's expansion, isn't it? I've just noticed we do have, finally, a dip in our herbal tea as well. We did get those sponges in, so everything's looking good over here. I probably want to get into soap as well. That's not something I did yet, actually. Let's do that, because it's just going to be tallow, right? Let's go tier 1. That is, where's the soap made? Processing yard. Okay, let's get 2 processing yards in. Where do I want these? I think that's okay over here, so let's start this way. We'll go for 2 processing yards, and I'm going to go for a bit of an upgrade before we do the next research. So I'm going to try and get a couple more craftsmen. Does use paper, so we're not going to be able to have that for research. And there's a guest at the gate, eh? Well, not that we have any gates, but... Hi, Chief, I'm Carla. Excuse my haste. I've come a long way, and you're the only group of people I've come across. I need your help. I'm a member of a village of 20 people. Take a breath and rest, please. Can you help us? Okay. We have neither the strength nor the resources to build a settlement. If you have us, we'd like to join you. I mean, yeah, provide supplies for the journey. Not a problem. We have loads. So we've got both herbal tea and mead that we're going to need to sort out, guys. So we'll sort those. Let's get, where's our third one? We're going to get 1. Is that enough? What was it? 27, 23, 31. Cool. That's everything we need. And we should still have the herbs. Now, it is winter, so they're not going to be growing, but we have enough to get these going once we're back in spring, which is nearly here, so I'm not touching any of our workers on anything. Now, we need glass before we can build the maintenance building, actually, which is weird. See, that's the order. Yeah, I remember the order being a little bit strange. Can't physically do the glass anyway. What we can do, though, is turn up the paper. Plenty of logs on the go. Let's flip one of these to firewood for a minute, just so I can see. I think we make loads, don't we? Yep. Might be able to reduce that then. There's no need for that many. And then get another one in there. And here's the spring. So end of year 4. Replenishment was 86%. 1 person died and then plenty coming in. So we're going to have a bunch more. No, -1. That's our workers done, isn't it? Believe? Or did they fail? Oh, they're still going. So more people died. Sorry. 3 people died of old age. Okay, so manure is organic waste, water, and sand. Tallow is water, tallow, and herbs. So let's get soap. Did neglect this one. So 15 per day. Is that going to be enough? Well, let's find out. Let's get soap on the board here so we can see how much it's going to consume. And then, well, our farm should be back fighting fit, right? So we've got veg coming in. That's fine. We've got herbs. So I think with this one, we're going to need maybe 1 more in. I do want to get that going. Now, water has stagnated, and so has the meat. So we're going to flip the food back over. Going to keep fish on though, but I'm going to change to mushrooms. And in terms of water wells, now there are upgraded versions of these, by the way, guys. So do not fear. I'm going to get that in. I'm also going to get one here, just because we will need them. And training results, we got 2. Perfect. So what we're going to do with these guys then? Well, firstly, just double check all these are good. I think they are. So I'm going to keep the coal pumping. Wire is good. We probably want to push. What is the upgrade on this? Now, I'm not going to click it. I'm going to check what it is to build it first. So it only costs wire. Let's get one of these. Do I want to do that yet? Do I leave them just ticking over with the copper ore? I don't think it's the best use of our resources just yet, actually. And we're getting quite full on storage. So let's go ahead and get in a couple more stockpiles. Let's get one here. I think when we go to the better food buildings, we will upgrade them as well. We'll kind of do that. So we're in a surplus again of the water. You see how quick it is to do that? You've got to be really careful because your water will just dip out of nowhere. You're still moving to the mountains. You're still moving there. Let's see. Requires development expansion. This one. We need to research this to get the well and stuff in, which is going to be what we need for a permanent boost. And honestly, I think we get in some manure at some point. Now, we're not getting sand yet, but we can get that. Sand is in the pit, so we're going to get another pit also. As you can see, loads happens. It gets pretty chaos. I'm going to leave a gap, actually, a bit of a gap. We're just going to get sand one over here. Kind of want to try and upgrade here. I think we've got quite a bit of copper in, so there's no harm. Let's go for an upgrade. Let's do it. I'm just going to get a worker in that one. All right, let's start the... I kind of want to do expansion first. I'm not bothered about this yet. I know we want sand. We're getting ready for it, but I really want to get our map set up. It's important you get those really early. Is that the right use? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for expansion. It gives us our watchtower as well, which we can stick over here in our little settlement. Let's also go ahead and get some of these in. So these blocks, I'm actually just going to stick some bushes in this bit. There is decorative now, which is quite nice. Down here, you get this little pine bush you can put in. Nice maple tree. They're a bit ugly, but why not? Get some maple trees on the side. Not the time for decorating, but I'm going to do it anyway. The colours are a bit off. You need them almost a bit brighter. Oh, look at this uncharted territory in the mountain. Holy crap, man. Fertile, abundant, but challenging. Things we love to hear. Now, there isn't anything further, so we'll do this top one first. Let's send to you. Keeping a close eye. So water's still good again now. We had, I think it was our wells dried up, actually, and then they replenished in the new year. That's why you need the surplus. Food's also really good. Now, here it is. We're going to go... This does actually allow us to bring bronze in. We're not doing tin yet, so let's go copper. And this is where you require the workers. Look how much more efficient they are, though. So what you want to do, basically, for ease of access, is upgrade these. We have room to probably upgrade one of these iron ones, which will give us back some more workers, and then we can upgrade. I'm not going to use my paper for much more yet, though. And then this one's going to be sand. Okay, we have the hygiene opportunity. Let's take a look at the moment. So there's the soap. So soap itself now is in a surplus. So everything across the board is looking really good. All right, this one's finishing off now. So we'll get that back on iron and we'll put in that one worker. See how incredible it is? Oh, so good, man. If you get 2 in there, it's 34. And their workforce is down as well. It's really good, man. We do need to consider the fact that they might start consuming tools soon, though. But health is fantastic on them all. So, don't really want to spend the paper, but I'm also going to try and train one. Now, honey is capping out again, so probably want to up that. There we go. Lovely. Let's get out to the world map now. We've got this done. So what we're going to do in the valley is we're going to build the well. So this is a guaranteed thing. It takes its time, by the way, to get them in. We'll put in, I think we'll need 2 workforce. It won't work very efficient until we do that. But you see that plus 38 water production. Permanently, this doesn't stop at any point either, so it's really handy. So you'll want to do that where you can. So I think we should be able to build 2. We missed the forest here. We'll also do the same in the highlands. So we'll get the well ready over there as well. Now, the upgraded house gives you an extra 2 spaces as well, which will be something we'll be working on. So we don't need to worry too much on those yet. Let's get to work. Coal-rich lands. Very good. So that's you up here, isn't it? So it's worth noting each one requires something else as well. So the mine, there's power tools as well, but you can't build that until we got region improvement. Region improvement, where's that bad boy? Down here, look. And that's where the canned food is as well. So we're going to go in here hopefully really soon. I'm just going to speed through so you guys can actually get onto this next research and upgrade these houses. Training complete. We did manage to get one. That's perfect. So I'm going to put you into the iron. 39. Beautiful. And Highlands established. Lovely. We have our wells set up. Okay, so what you'll see then is we will need to put the water in. So their productivity is 20 here. You see this? So once the food supply goes in, this water will bump up. So with these two workforce, it's 50 water per day. So actually, you need them in to get it. So we'll get that going. We can also do Hunter's Cabin. I'll probably leave that now, though. I could build the Hunter's Cabin. They're pretty cheap to build as well, and we can obviously turn them on and off. So let's get the Hunter's Cabin in too. And then over here, can we get the second well in? We're going to need to obviously sacrifice some people, but that's 100 water then, just from those two. And you'll see, yeah, you see it on the map. These get upgraded later with trains and stuff, but you'll see the water's coming in. It's pretty cool. Objective done. Wait for the envoy with her journey. So we should gain our people. Lovely. And we'll keep scouting to make sure we get all of the world map set up. It is quite important. So we're going to send you down this way. Because as the game goes on, it will get harder and all of our uses will dry up. So there we go. We should have our paper now. Let's start divided layers. Haven't decided which ones I'm going to go on to afterwards here. I think we'll need tin ore at some point for the tin ingots, but I'm just looking. Water pump. I need to get the guardhouse in. We'll probably go down this way, the fabrics. We'll need that next tier. But let's get the security towers in. So this is going to be under tier 2, I believe, of logistics. Or is it residential tier 2? It's residential tier 2. Okay, the store distributes multiple things. Is it bigger? Ah, household depot can be upgraded. I wonder what the store costs, though. We can get that upgraded. Let's do that. You get a bigger radius. I'm not going to do it yet. Then the guardhouse. These guys don't have very big range, but I've got a couple of squares that I've left open for it, so I'm just going to go like this. So this isn't a perfect housing area bit, but it works quite well in that you can kind of add the extra stuff in. Let's also, well, soon we'll be on that glass, right? That's when we'll get these production chains done. Probably want to get the next one upgraded as well, so we can free up people. Look at our water now, man. I'm going to make sure that we've got the room. You can never have enough water storage. I just don't care what anyone says. It is so important. Simple meals will keep going up. Mushrooms, how are you guys doing? All in all, pretty good, actually. This is all just off 3 soup kitchens and 3 variations of the food. One of the only ones we might want to bump up is maybe a bit more wire. I might get 2 more wire in. And then, does that affect our copper? No, it does not. We've got plenty of space for those. This industrial zone now is... well, things are burning, baby. Security towers are in. Look at this. So the houses have everything now. These guys should be pretty damn happy. Power's getting down a little bit as well, so you got to be careful because this, it sounds like a lot in here, but it will go down very quickly. So just keep it in mind. Here comes the research. Beautiful. Let's get sand. So we'll get probably 5 going in the sand, and then we'll get glass going. We're going to turn this back on. Once that sand comes in, we'll know how much glass we can make, and then that will be our upgraded houses. I think, well, pottery, again, we could do at some point. Let's get this one upgraded. Nice and cheap. So we'll get that influence radius here, and I'll probably get in a couple of houses. So let's just check, because we are starting to fill these. We've only got 18 spaces left, and that's 11 per day of the glass then. So we're going to make sure that should be fine. There'll be some maintenance and cost with that as we start upgrading. All right, we can safely see now that our production and stuff is all good. So when I make one change, I like to sit here for a couple of days just to see if anything stagnates. See how copper has taken a bit of a dive there. I'm not actually sure why. It says 31 per day, but it's 20. But I think their workforce efficiency isn't that good. So if I put in you, let's just get that bumped up. We're going to need loads of that anyway, right? It's because we turned up copper. And then the other one is making sure that we have all of these good. But at the moment, this is fine. But no problems there at all. We're going to need to go back out to the world map because we did build the hunter shack. So we're going to need 2 more in here. So 26 meat per day. It's not good to start with, but it gets better, right? Just keep that in mind as you go through. And then we're going to want, well, there's our upgraded store. So let's take an actual proper look at it, to be fair. Open 24 hours. It's basically like a little shop. It's quite cool. And then you got the tavern and the medical next to it as well. Let's get one of these houses upgraded. So what you'll do, you'll see here, we got a free house. So what we're going to do is upgrade one of the other ones. I believe we have the glass to do one at a time here. So this has an extra space for 2. So I will be doing this first. However, we're going to accept in 18 workers now. Holy crap. We're not going to have the house space now. So we'll probably go straight to residence 2 in the area of effect. You'll see it has gone bigger. Only problem is we're not going to have medical. So we're going to want maybe one on each of these corners first, which is possible. So I'm going to go with residential on 2 of these corners. Like so. We won't quite have the resources for them yet, but they're coming in. And that'll be enough space for our homeless lot here. We have a lot of workers now. And there's a maintenance building finished off also. So let's go into the maintenance building. Let's set this. So you'll need to make sure these basically allow building and maintenance to be a bit quicker. So we're going to go for probably 4 in there. So we'll go full maintenance. We can afford that anyway. And then we're going to spend a bit of paper getting a few of these guys up because we're going to be upgrading the other ones, right? And then next we've got basically the choice, really. There's quite a few that we'll want to do. So that's pretty cheap on paper, but it's water pump. We don't need it yet. Crop rotation, I might save for that one. Yeah, because we can't do bakeries until we get the tin. We can do this one really soon though, actually, but I don't feel the need for any of these bits yet. What I will say is though, if we get these workers in, we should be able to upgrade this and have one of each. So we'll have plenty of iron out of it anyway, just with this one. So honestly, I think I might get in maybe another smelter. So all of these are just going to be in this row for now. I'm going to get in bronze. We're going to start bronze working. We can start to get those kind of ticking up because we'll need those for canned food. So we want a good amount of that stored. I believe it's that or tinned ingots. I can't remember which one it is. It looks like, though, we also got pretty unlucky where none of these mineable areas were what we wanted. So we're going to flip probably at some point. We've got iron. There's iron over here. We can get another mine in. I actually need to get another mine area. So we're going to go down tier 1. And we're going to need to... Let's have a look. It's quite far away, but it doesn't actually matter. There's 4 nodes there. We basically need a couple of nodes there. Should we check over the other end? The map's huge now. It never used to be this big. That looks like our only kind of mine... Oh, no. There's a good chunk here. Just in the ground, actually, which is interesting. A couple of random ones over here. So I'm going to try my luck over here because we need tin. I'm just going to put that there. And we're going to excavate these. Right, we're going to analyze all of these just to see what they are. And then we'll go back out on the map as well. There's a lot of jumping back and forth. One of them games you kind of need to be playing it on its own because it gets pretty chaos. He's also got something for us. So down at the seaside, let's start here. We're on 21k water. I do kind of want to get the simple meals. I like to be above 10k. Everything else looks okay though. Honey is very full. What we can do is turn that up again. There is going to be a need for it eventually, right? Here we go. That other one's coming in. So I'm actually going to put this as bronze. We're going to get 1 in there. I don't think we can do it yet, though. I'm just going to wait for them to finish. So we had 1 finish for that one, so we'll get that in so the maintenance can happen. And then over here, we're going to get 1 in for that. So we can't do it until tin anyway, actually. So there's no point. Got you. Let's get you turned off until we're making tin. So we do want this one then. So we need switches and circuits just to get enforced durability to get the tin. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Objective completed. Wait for Carla. So we've got 11 workers, 2 crafts, and 5 children. Thank you very much. as they come in, by the way, guys, you got to be really careful with distribution. We are still giving extra water, but I do like to keep this up. I could distribute more food, but I think we're going to need to get another kitchen at some point. We do probably want to be utilizing these spare people, though, and making sure that we get all of the mushrooms in that are on the map, and then turn them off after. If that makes sense. Oh, what we're going to do is spend a bit of time on the structures here, just to have a proper look. So we can see what one is doing what, right? All right, just kind of let it tick up, actually. We're looking pretty good. I think in the meantime, I'm going to, where I can, build out the wells and that sort of stuff. So no harm in it. We got the meat and food from here. No problem. What else do we have in the valley? Nothing. I think once we've cleared this, we've got the shoreline here, so let's get the well in. So just keeping our numbers as high as possible. We're going to want the next level up of these. They're filling up pretty quickly now. I'm going to max up clay a bit. And clothing, we're going to turn up as well. And then I'm going to get in some more. So we can get these upgraded at some point. We do have the ability for the storehouse now. But storehouse does use electricity. So do keep that in mind, guys. But I am going to get another one in, I think. Nice if I could, like... Yeah, iron deposit. I'm going to get rid of that. Just so I can build here. I don't need it. It's absolutely fine. Does that mean I've just taken from you? Actually, I have. So let's get rid of you. We've got them in the mines just fine. So, and I want my storehouse here. That should give us a hell of a lot of space by putting that one in. And we got a merchant. If anything, it's never really going to be anything we need until later on. Like for now, it can be quite good to try and stockpile, but honestly, don't need it. And there's our water pump and wind turbine. Can we now get onto the enforced durability? We can. Straight into the research on there, so we can start tin and iron. Now, where did I put my mine again? Over here, right? There it is. Please. No tin. Is that tin? Yeah, we've got 2 tin over here, so quite a bit. Nearly 1 million tin over here. So we just got to wait for it to finish on the research here. I'm going to need to get the road all the way back. I'm actually just going to get a wide, dusty road. It's going to cost us an absolute fortune. But I'm going to do it straight and then attach it in. So this is straight. And then just getting that little road there. There we go. So that mine will be attached in. We'll get those guys in there. We have fallback for copper and coal over here if we need it as well. And another storm. I don't think it matters too much. This is why you need the surplus, because they do just hit you with random stuff. Mountain has been established as well, so we're going to need to get our guys out there. I do apologize. I played quite quickly, but I do kind of know what I'm doing. So there we go. We'll get those guys in. When we can get roads, that's going to be a big deal as well, because it gives the daily production boost. But when you max out these, you get a lot from the outpost, right? So we're pulling in water from pretty much everywhere now. So when we dry up over here, we should be all right. Now we can build a well over here. I just build them because you want them anyway. You don't want to be trying to build them if you ever run out. So just get them in. It's cheap resources, right? We got the stone, we got the wood. It's fine. It's actually lumber. How's sand? That's looking good. Glass. I might get another one in glass or 2. We're going to need quite a bit of those. Let's check the houses now. We didn't get a proper look before. There they are. The upgraded little area now. Look at this. It's not actually sure if I've still got enough space. So these are pretty full. Got 2 slots there. That is literally it. So we're going to want to upgrade a few of these. And then let's build a couple more tier 2s. So I think we can go in the corners again. Thinking these corners here also. So we'll just get them in like that. Then we'll get the spare ones in these corners here. These will obviously be upgradable eventually, so we'll have the range. And we're going to need to increase our sponges. We built this fisher and I didn't even do anything. Let's get sponges up. Let's also get the old fishy dishy. Bring in the fish, baby. Really good food source, actually. Alright, signs of living. 1 day off per 9 days of work. Plus 7% knowledge gain. Plus 5 morale. But minus 15 workforce. To be honest, I kind of will not be happy about this neglect. I'm going to say yes to the work schedule. I'm going to allow them a day off every 9 days. So I know it's going to affect us, but I like to surplus, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We shall see. Here's our new storehouse too. You get to see the upgraded one. costs electricity, but does give us a good bump in the stores here. Okay, that completed. I'm not going to worry about the thingies yet. What's going on? Get those in. No, it's not. Okay. I don't know why that dipped, to be honest. But yeah, we can now do tin. So we should be able to get those in. We'll turn that back on. Probably get 2 in there doing the tin, actually. And then we'll come over to our mine. Just need to remember where it is. There it is. We'll grab tin. Put 1 of you. And then we'll get in. Oh, we don't get a lot of these, actually. So tin will need the 24 per day. We'll hit that one up. Workforce. If we get a second worker in there, actually, I might try another upgrade. Let's try 2. So let's just double check. We've got copper. Copper. So if I get another one in here and then change this one, then we got iron, iron. If I upgrade this, I think I need another one. So I'm going to need another smelter, and that's going to be for then the other one. So we're going to want to space these out eventually. I'll rebuild once we've got the resources so I can convey about and stuff. We'll set up proper production for it, but here we go. Plenty of houses now on this little area. Get them all upgraded, man. Pretty crazy. Let's see. We've got the sponges, we've got the soap. These guys need a lot. Not going to be on drink yet. We're not that far off the farms and stuff, though, actually. Got tin plates coming in, and then we need the other ones. But that's a good place for us to finish this one out, guys. We got on to big production chains here. Last one's finishing there. Thank you so much for joining me, as always, guys. Really, really appreciate you. If you haven't already, please do hit the thumbs up. Please do also subscribe if you aren't as well. I hope it's informative, if anything, how I play as well. Really appreciate you. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one.